Hey my people, una know say former international presidents of different countries, both in Africa and in Europe presidents, most of them when they come into this election to make sure say there is a fair and free election. They don't finally open up, talk with what they see, what they not like. I go drop and make una hear everything.
Visible presence of security agents discharging their duties in accordance with the provisions of the law in some polling units. However, they were inadequate. The professional conduct of polling officials, as well as some ad hoc staff who demonstrated inadequate knowledge of their duties, especially with the voting materials.
Election procedures designated 8:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. as the voting time. 6 hours do not provide sufficient voting time frame considering the huge voter population in Nigeria, the largest democracy in Africa.
The missions have their recommendations.
And to conclude, as the results process continues, let me end by reiterating the desire that all Nigerians, especially the candidates who contested elections, continue to uphold their pre-election commitment to peace. The group strongly encourages all Nigerians to exercise patience to allow INEC and its staff across the country to conclude the results process effectively and peacefully.
The reports are similar to the findings of the European Union, the National Democratic Institute, and the International Republican Institute.
Despite the much-needed reforms from the Electoral Act of 2022, the elections still fell well short of Nigerians' legitimate and reasonable expectations. Logistical challenges and unchecked multiple incidents of political violence overshadowed the electoral process and impeded a substantial number of voters from participating.
Insecurity prevented INEC from accessing some areas, and it suffered attacks on its premises and personnel, including just days before polling. This hindered preparations in affected areas and instilled fear in voters. Overall, stakeholders expressed confidence in INEC's independence and professionalism and voter information efforts earlier in the process. However, there was a lack of efficient planning during critical stages of the electoral process, as well as a lack of transparency.
Nevertheless, the missions commend Nigerians for coming out to participate in the exercise, while urging the candidates to respect the outcome of the process